Hello, it is I, Professor Zaccheus, coming to you live from the Czech Republic, University of Prague, where today it is a beautiful, bright, sunny day. And we can tell this because of the light from the sun. The sun actually produces most of the light that we see in our solar system. But did you know that we humans only detect a very small amount of the light that the sun produces? This is because light is composed of what we call different frequencies. A way to think of this might be to think of sounds. There are low frequency sounds and there are high frequency sounds. The variation in frequencies makes different tone, which is how we make music. But there are also changes, variations in the frequency of light. Low frequency light we describe as gamma rays. Moving up from the gamma rays, we then come to the X-rays. Then there is the ultraviolet light, the stuff that can actually cause sunburn. After the ultraviolet, we get to the spectrum of light that we humans can actually see with our eyes. Beyond that, there is the infrared, and then finally, the radio waves. Very high frequency, but all kinds of light. Only the visible light is the stuff that we detect with our eyes, in between the ultraviolet and the infrared. But what is an interesting fact is that even this light can be broken up into separate parts, and we humans perceive these different parts as colors. Yes, colors are actually different frequency of light. So green is a slightly different frequency of light to red or blue or yellow. This is how we actually detect colors. Without these minute changes in the frequency of light, everything would be the same color. Try trying to use the traffic lights then. Whew! Now, this is not even the most interesting thing about light, because we can actually break these colors up into the separate bands thanks to a guy called Isaac Newton and his experiment with prisms. But what we discovered then was different types of light source actually have different color frequencies within them. So some types of light source produce spectrums of light, spectrums of color, where all of the colors, purple, blue, red, green, yellow, etc., 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 all seem to be about the same. But some of them produce spectrums where one color seems to be taking up a lot of the space, and the other colors are taking up much less. Some of them even produce types of spectrum where there are gaps in the colors. Incredible! I am even now trying to categorize different light sources according to the different types of color spectrum that they can produce. But I am needing your help with this because I am a very busy man and there are many things that create light. So I would like you to help me. Your teacher has instructions for building what we call a spectrometer. Now it sounds very complicated, but in fact you can build a spectrometer out of some alfoil, scissors, a cereal box, and an old CD. You can use this to break light up into its different colors. By using the spectrometer on different light sources, you can classify the light. In other words, you should be able to see differences between the spectrum produced from one light source to another light source. Fascinating! But remember, in order for your results to be meaningful, you must do this as a fair test. That means you are changing only one thing. Everything else that could make a difference to the experiment must be kept the same. All right, so color me curious as to what you will find out. Good luck and good science!